He's an alpha male in the film, but he has a different equation and he talks to everybody in a different tonality. That just shows the different shades the guy has. So I felt like as an actor, that was something really exciting for me to do.
There is a line in the film कि यहाँ पे कुत्ता भी नहीं दिखता है, which is true for our location. वहाँ पे कुत्ता भी नहीं दिखता था. So it was just the crew and the actors together, and that's it.
This third wave has come out of nowhere and it's made us feel like, oh, we didn't see this coming, but we didn't anticipate the third wave when we were shooting the film.
Hello, Saqib and Ruchir. Welcome to ETimes.
Thank you so much.
And this is an interview for they're coming up with Unpaused, which is based on the lives of 5 people, if I'm not mistaken. And
there are 5 different stories.
Yes.
And like there's multiple characters in every story, of course.
Yeah, so it is based on how the life changed after the pandemic of 5
lockdown.
Different families and people. Yeah. Now, first of all, let me ask you, the pandemic is still going on and we are walloping with Omicron now. How difficult was it shooting during pandemic and getting, because if Saqib is coming from a different place, you're coming from a different place, you meet your driver, you meet your cook.
Okay, so I'll stop you here. For our film, it was very easy because we were shooting in an absolute remote location. So once we were all tested and we went to that place, then we honestly didn't meet anybody. There is a line in the film कि यहाँ पे कुत्ता भी नहीं दिखता है, which is true for our location. वहाँ पे कुत्ता भी नहीं दिखता था. So it was just the crew and the actors together, and that's it.
And the hotel that we were staying in, we were only staying in.
And nobody else was there.
Everybody was tested. So I think we took all measures. If you want to know about the protocols, we did all of that. Body temperatures were being taken every 2 hours. There was a COVID person, invigilator on set at all times. Yeah, the basic standard protocols were being maintained.
On all the shoots that we have done during COVID, this felt the safest because we had no interaction with the outside world. Yeah.
To a place where felt like there was और कोई था ही नहीं यार हमारे सिवा. ऐसा लग रहा था खाना ऑर्डर करेंगे तो भी आधे 1 घंटे में तो वो फोन उठाएगा. ऐसी फीलिंग आने लग गई थी, इतना आइसोलेटेड थे हम. But yeah, man, everybody took as good care as they could. So yeah, I felt like we took all basic necessary precautions that were there. And to be really honest, when we shot this now, the second wave had finished. So हमारे दिमाग में तब खत्म हो रहा था pandemic. This third wave has come out of nowhere and it's made us feel like, oh, we didn't see this coming, but we didn't anticipate the third wave when we were shooting the film. So yeah, it feels, but to make a film in a time like that, to make a film about the subject that we are making a film about, we still always wanted to make a happy film and a film that gives us hope. And I feel like that is what is important in a time like this. And that is what Ruchir, his writers, and I think the whole crew set out to achieve.
Well, that's great that you achieved what you wanted to, and you took all the necessary precautions. Now, let me ask you, we have all been through the pandemic. We are still going through it. We have seen many lives change around us. My life or your life, or Ruchir, maybe your life too. So would audience relate to this, or would they say, yeah, we have seen this, or there's something different being proffered out here?
I don't know how to answer. I hope they relate to this. And like I was telling someone else that there are 5 different filmmakers who are coming with 5 different perspectives. We all are coming with our like my story, though it is a story of 3 crooks. The journey that they have and the journey that they go through within the film is based on my own experiences. And mera jo experience raha hai, I'm sure most of the people will find a reflection of their own experiences in my journey. So on base of that, I'm hoping कि इस film का जो reflection होगा, people will find some similarity with their journeys over the last 2 years. और मेरे film में नहीं, then the other 4 filmों में तो definitely होगा. Because it's not, we all are making our own films, our own journeys की कहानी, so definitely reflection मिलेगा लोगों को.
Saqib, what if we put that to you?
आई फील लाइक यार एक सेंस ऑफ रिलेटेबिलिटी तो जरूर है फिल्म में. आई फील लाइक कुछ ना कुछ चीजें जो आप हमारी फिल्म में या जो बाकी 4 फिल्मों में देखेंगे, ज्यादातर चीजें यू either would have heard about something happening like that or would have felt something like that at that point. So I think वो relatability जरूर है. But like I said, we don't want to make people sad there. I think we've gone through a time where people have been sad. We want to give them hope. And that is what we are intending to do with the film. Give people hope that if you come together, if you are together, then we can get through this together. And I think that's the thread that we've tried to keep intact while making the film.
Yeah, like in our story, like the story of three people who come with utmost energy and hope for tomorrow, literally tomorrow, and then the lockdown is announced, and how they survive the pressure of being in this isolated place with each other, people they don't know, and their personalities and their mental health crumbling, and but eventually they just take each other's help and ride through the bad time. This is something that I guess a lot of people will find resonance in.
There's a human story in there,
Yeah.
Shubham. There's a story of human triumph somewhere. So I feel like people will relate to that 100%.
There's misery, there's death, but it ends on the note of hope.
Okay, so it ends in positivity.
Yeah.
That's fantastic to hear. Saqib, we would like you to expound about your character in this, if you can highlight it a bit.
I'd love to. I'd love to. I'm trying to think what different I can give you that I've already not said in interviews, to be really honest. The guy comes from UP. He's a 33-year-old man. He's married, has a wife and they're about to have their first child. He's been doing this line of work. He's a robber. He's been doing these small chori chakaris for a while. He's made money, but it's not something that his wife enjoys him doing. So he wants to do one last job, and then he wants to move on to the naya safar in his life, which is to start his family life with his wife, have a child, make sure that child gets educated, and he thinks that this is the last job that he's going to do and make enough money so that he doesn't have to come back to this. And all his dreams come crashing down when the second lockdown is announced. He gets stuck in a go down factory where he's stuck with two people he doesn't really enjoy too much in life or doesn't really know much about, and they are his co-robbers in the act. And here his wife can is going to the hospital in a way to deliver the first child, and the man can't even go to the hospital. So I felt like it was a character that gave me a lot of things to play with. He's an alpha male in the film, but he has a different equation and he talks to everybody in a different tonality. That just shows the different shades the guy has. So I felt like as an actor, that was something really exciting for me to do.
So when I was writing Chandan was that part of us which was desperately trying to take control of the situation. Like when the pandemic started, like we were all in our some way or the other, we're trying to like take charge of the situation and saying, okay, kuch nahi hoga, we'll ride through it, we'll power through it. And then somewhere the pandemic won over us. It just crushed us, like most of us. That is Chandan's character. You know, like all the three characters are three different kinds of people who were in the pandemic. And all these three characters alone would have been decimated, but they survived because the other two were there. And that's the story of this film, Teen Digana. Shakib,
That's
please.
great. That's great. Ruchir and Saqib, okay, every film or every web series or whatever you shoot for is a journey. You learn something out of it. What did you two learn out of this one thing that you learn and you'll probably take it with you forever
From this experience,
from this experience, this particular experience?
I took away the fact that if people with a lot of passion come together, then working hours don't matter. Then work doesn't feel like work. So I think that's my takeaway from the film, because I think we've had a very grueling shooting schedule. We've put in some hours that are unheard of, but it never felt like we were putting in those hours, because everybody had some insane amount of energy in them to do what we were set out to achieve. And when you put in an environment like that, you push your boundaries, because you see everybody pushing their boundaries, and that they're purely doing out of the passion they have for something that they're doing. It's not like we'll make the most monies on this film. Nobody, I think, is doing this film because we're making great monies on the film. We just felt like it was something that we all connected with, and everybody came in with the right sense of purpose on the film. And so passion, the takeaway is passion for me from this film.
Yeah, honestly, बहुत मजा आया इस film में. It was really tough, from conceptualizing the basic one-liner to fleshing out the script to getting the crew and the actors together. The turnaround time for the producers to figure out everything, to us shooting to delivering, was really tight. But the force with which everybody entered this project and kept working, it like the village came together this time, to make this one happen.
Came together.
Perfect. Now, I want to ask both of you one thing. That when you release a film in cinemas, and the big producers, they hog ample of screens, and sometimes the other actor doesn't get that space. Now, do you think the online streaming platforms have actually sidelined this thing?
यार मैं तो बस इतना कहना चाहता हूँ शिवांग कि as an actor, and for actors my age or from my generation, if I can speak for everybody, I feel this is a great time for actors and also other technicians and
And for directors also.
even for directors.
Yeah.
I feel like there is work happening here. वो पहले होता था ना, जब आप कहते थे कि यार मुझे मौका मिल जाएगा तो मैं दिखा दूंगा, तो अब वो नहीं कह सकते आप. अब मौके हैं. Now मौका जितने थे उससे 20 गुना मौके हैं अब. So I feel like as an actor I am pushing myself more to do interesting things. But of course the magic of cinema is the magic of cinema, and theaters is something else. And we'll keep going back to that. We'll have films that will bring us back to theaters. But I think with the advent of OTT, a lot of content people are watching a lot of content that otherwise wouldn't have been made in the first place. Like if I can say this, that a film like Naya Daur cannot be a theatrical film. It has to come out in an OTT because that is where it will find its true audience. So I feel like both these platforms, whether it is theaters or the OTT world, can coexist very happily and keep pushing each other to keep doing better.
And different kind of stories can be said in different places now.
Yeah.
True. Now, just adding one more question to this, like as an audience, we have a curiosity. Ki, for example, I mean, acting is obviously a very good profession, but if there's supposing say a very big actor like Amir aa gaya, agar is project mein Salman aa gaye, aur bhi koi bade actors aa gaye. Now you wrote a particular character keeping Saqib in mind, and now they want to change it. So how do you fight that out? Like Saqib, you worked in Race 3. आपको लगा होगा कि यार अनिल है, सलमान इज आई डोंट लाइक दिस थिंग, या मुझे ये चीज पसंद नहीं आ रही. आपके भी एक क्रिएटिविटी होगी एक माइंड.
सॉरी आई लॉस्ट यू इन द मिडिल. अनिल है, कौन है, और फिर
नहीं, आई एम सेइंग अगर सी राइट नाउ इज द टाइम वेयर स्क्रिप्ट इज द किंग. करेक्ट. बट ये होता है, हमने बहुत बार देखा है कि when a big actor, very popular actor comes in, then things change according to him or her, whatever you say. Now, how tough it gets to fight that out, keeping the creativity side in mind?
यार मैं ना सिर्फ अपने काम पे ध्यान देता हूँ और उस पे अच्छा करने की कोशिश करता हूँ. The film in question that you're asking me about is a film I did called Race 3. I was not very happy with how I performed in the film. I had no problem with the film. I knew that it is going to be a Salman Khan film when I signed the film. It would not become a Saqib Saleem film in which Salman Khan is. That is not how this world works, right? Salman Khan is a senior of mine, has been doing this for the last 25-30 years, and it is a Salman Khan film, and I'm a good part of it, an important part of it. So you have to be sure of your craft and what you can bring to the table. If you ask me, what I didn't enjoy while working on the film was my performance. That I felt as an actor, I forgot that you can act well while looking glamorous. I just focused on the looking glamorous bit. So I think what you get out of those films is experience and learnings. That going forward, if you again do something like that, then what are the things that you have to be mindful of? So that is how I take that. Yeah.
I've had the luck of working with very beautiful bunch of actors, starting with
सर
Veer.
अपन ने तो कुछ भी चेंज नहीं किया यार, एक
But
वर्ड चेंज नहीं किया.
नहीं, but ऐसा
क्या करना चाहिए यार ये?
my unpaused thing was that we sat, me, Saqib, Ashish, Sam, we all sat down and we discussed the characters. We did readings, then we did more readings, and eventually we ended up on set shooting. And there would be times when I would go up to a Saqib and a Ashish and a Sam and say, "नहीं, इसको ऐसे करते ना." So and they would tweak their performance to what I was saying. And sometimes a Saqib and a Sam and a Ashish would turn around and say, "कि no यार, ये मेरा character ऐसे नहीं बोलेगा." And a lot of times that would ring true to my ears, and so then we would stick to what the actors are saying. It's about till there is
It's about collaboration, na yaar.
and people are really investing their minds into the character and into the scene that they're doing. The problem kya hai, like what was very good about like Saqib, Sam, Ashish, three actors came together for the first time to on this project, and I didn't feel any insecurity amongst any three of them कि अच्छा मैं इसका line ले लूंगा, अच्छा मैं यहाँ पर एक punch मारूंगा. नहीं, everybody gave the other person the room to perform their moments. Everybody took their, like initiative and responsibility of their moments, and that's why when you see the film, it's the whole film wins. Like it's been an amazing experience for me. I hope you feel the same when you see the film.
शुभांग,
I think I would.
ये कहते थे ना कि अरे यार वो एक्टर तो उसको खा गया. ऐसा नहीं होता यार, कोई किसी को नहीं खाता. सब अपना काम करने आते हैं और
And if you let yourself down, then a wall will eat you. Like
you just have to be you, and you should just know what your character is supposed to do and be honest in that particular moment. And
trust
then
your director that अगर वो character लिखा है आपके script में
सोच के लिखा है
best
यार.
करेगा उसके लिए.
correct,
Not
correct,
like
correct.
True. Okay, there's one question in my mind which is not related to the film. It's general because I, as a journalist, I have been seeing this. There's social media, and obviously there are privacy concerns. What is your take on it? Because even your data is traveling everywhere.
Yeah.
So what would be, not what would be, what is your take on this? Because
यार
data
मैं
privacy is
सोशल
a
मीडिया
concern.
से थोड़ा थक गया हूँ. आई थिंक वो ना मेरी लाइफ का बहुत टाइम लेने लग गया है. पूरे दिन ना आई थिंक मैं बहुत ज्यादा टाइम स्पेंड कर रहा हूँ. इतना मैं कुछ और भी कर लूँ तो उस पर बेटर हो जाऊंगा. So I feel like yes, it is a great tool, and for an actor like me, it is also a necessary evil, if I can say, that I have to be on it. I have to promote my films and be relevant, make sure I'm seen, all those things. But I just want to put a cap on it now. Yeah, I have reached a point where I feel exhausted by the end of the day because of the amount of information that is given to me also. Of course, your data is traveling, privacy, all that is important, but I think sanity of the mind is also important.
True.
और जिस तरीके से सोशल मीडिया डिजाइन किया गया है ना भाई, it is meant to depress you. जैसे no, I'll give you an example. I am an actor. There is a Rajkumar Rao, there's a Vicky Kaushal, there are other actors. One actor puts up a picture, the other actor puts up a picture. Half the day, your mind will go, उसकी picture को कितने like मिले, मेरी picture को कितने like मिले. I'm like, तुम पागल हो जाओ bro. करने तो यहाँ एक्टिंग आए हो या फोटो डालना आए हो इंस्टाग्राम पे. क्योंकि अब गोल तो वो बन गया है कि हर दिन क्या डालूं मैं इंस्टाग्राम पे. गोल वो रहा ही नहीं कि अरे कुछ अच्छी फिल्में करते हैं, कुछ अच्छे कैरेक्टर्स करते हैं. सो आई फील लाइक मैंने बहुत टाइम वेस्ट किया सोशल मीडिया पे यार. बहुत लोगों से लड़ा हूं मैं, बहुत लोगों को खरी खोटी सुनाई है, बट आई फील लाइक वो इररिलेवेंट चीज है. वो ना मैटर ही नहीं करती अब सोशल मीडिया. अपने 1-to-1 कनेक्शन बनाओ लोगों से और काम करो, और कुछ नहीं है.
it's the reality now. You have to live in this system. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like gunpowder invent होने से पहले भी लड़ाई होता था. But
Correct.
gunpowder invent हुआ ना, then it became a part of the war. Like वो बन गया reality इस दुनिया का. अभी आ गया.
मैं अपनी लाइफ की रियलिटी थोड़ा इन चेक रखना चाहता हूँ.
like keep grounded, keep doing your work. It's all fine.
Right.
No, it's true because मेरी और साकिब की almost age same है. जब ये आया था social media, it came for friendship. Now there's no friendship, there's just
Right.
पता नहीं क्या हो गया.
कि आज किसको गाली दें
बस यही हो गया.
आज किसको पाकिस्तान भेजें, किसको गाली दें, बस यही करते रहते हैं. So I feel like it's irrelevant, yaar. You shouldn't get very happy when you get love on social media. You should not be very sad when you get hate. It is irrelevant. If Instagram
That's it.
showed me a metric which showed conversions of the number of followers I have to the box office collection of my film, na, then I will consider Instagram something. Conversion rate आपका 0 है, तो मैं आपको इतनी इंपॉर्टेंस क्यों दूं? अगर आप मेरी लाइफ में कुछ ऐड ही नहीं कर रहे हो तो मैं आपको इंपॉर्टेंस क्यों दूं? मेरे बॉक्स ऑफिस पे आप जाके पिक्चर देखते नहीं हो. मेरे यहाँ 2 मिलियन फॉलोअर्स हैं. अगर वो 2 मिलियन के 2 मिलियन देख लेंगे ना, मेरी पिक्चर हिट हो जाएगी भाई. सो आई फील लाइक कोई कन्वर्जन रेट नहीं है. सो दिमाग वेस्ट खराब करने वाली बात है. बट हाँ, इट इज द सिस्टम दैट द वर्ल्ड इज बिल्ट नाउ एंड वी हैव टू बी इन इट. बट वी हैव टू कीप आवर चेक्स.
But this also tells me one thing, like there are many people who release their short films on social media. Now apart from, जैसे आप दोनों काम कर रहे हैं अभी इस प्रोजेक्ट पे, आपने काम किया है अनपॉज पे, सो कभी आपने ऐसा सोचा यार लेट्स मी जस्ट ट्राई आउट, मेरे दिमाग में कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट है, लेट मी ट्राई इट आउट एंड पुट इट ऑन सोशल मीडिया, जस्ट थोड़ा सा एक बना के, एंड हाउ इट गेट्स अ रिस्पांस. इफ दैट गेट्स अ गुड रिस्पांस आई कैन प्रॉब्ली एनलार्ज इट टू अ बिग स्केल फिल्म और अ वेब सीरीज. सो कभी ये थॉट आया है करने की सोची?
कोई भी चीज बनाते हैं, स्पेशली फिल्म बनाने में ना, एक आपका एक रेवेन्यू मॉडल होना चाहिए कि आपने जो फिल्म बनाई वो जितने की बनी उतने की बिक गई, सो दैट आप एक अगली फिल्म बना सके. सोशल मीडिया पे कोई मोनेटाइजेशन स्कीम तो है नहीं. आई फील लाइक आप अपनी जेब से पिक्चर बनाएंगे और कुछ लोग जो शायद रियल हैं या रियल नहीं भी हैं, वो लोग उसको देखेंगे और वो वहीं की वहीं रह जाएगी. आई फील लाइक हर चीज का एक प्लेटफॉर्म होता है. लाइक ये ओटीटी बनने से पहले आई फील लाइक बहुत सालों तक ओटीटी की बात हो रही थी जब एक्चुअली ओटीटी आया. सो आई फेल्ट लाइक उन्होंने हमें वो स्केल दिखाया कि हाँ, हम उनकी प्रेजेंस इतने देशों में है, उनके सब्सक्रिप्शन मॉडल पे इतने लोग हैं, सो दैट वो पिक्चर बन पाए और वो पिक्चर से और काम हो पाए. एक इकोसिस्टम बनाना पड़ता है. आई थिंक अगर हम सिर्फ सोशल मीडिया पे फिल्में बनाते रहेंगे, उसका कुछ इकोसिस्टम नहीं बन पाएगा. वो एक फिल्म दूसरी फिल्म नहीं बना पाएगी.
Shubham, I have a slightly different take on this.
Please,
If
please,
you are
Ruchir.
aware of my work, I am the director of Little Things. Little Things का origin was a sketch, 2 sketches that came on Facebook. Okay.
अरे लवली.
2 sketch था जो Facebook से शुरू हुआ था. What a boyfriend does to a girlfriend and what girlfriend does for a boyfriend. ऐसा कुछ था. Dice Media Filter Copy के channel पे था. That eventually grew into one of the biggest shows on Netflix. Okay. And 4 seasons होकर अभी वो खत्म हुआ है. So though what Saqib is saying is absolutely correct, a lot of creators can have their small starts on their social media, but agar unke kaam mein, if they have a zing, they have an honesty, they have a maza, then people will notice it. There are so many actors who are now coming into the mainstream, and they all started doing small bits on like and creating characters out of themselves on their social media platforms. So still in a nascent stage, abhi kuch aisa, matlab one can't really say ki what is the way of life, but it is there to stay. It's not going anywhere. So we might as well modulate our lives to go in lines with this.
Okay, one thing that now you are a public figure, you both are a public figure. One thing जो आप करना चाहते हैं for society and you want people to inspire, and like, what is that one thing जो आप नहीं कर पाए?
I'm thinking क्या चीज है जो मैं करना चाहता हूँ.
I don't consider myself a public figure to start with. Okay. You guys are very kind if you guys put me in the same bracket as Saqib. I don't think it's...
No, definitely.
I enjoy the anonymity. Okay, I like the fact that I can do whatever I want and go wherever I want, and it's great. What I would like to do, honestly, is I would like to help people around me, people who are like new people who are trying to get into the industry. Like I was a student who came into Bombay 6 years back, 7 years back. I would like to do them help, like people who are trying to get their foot in the like into the film industry, and hopefully, through my learnings, I can teach them something.
If you ask me, I want to do something in the education sector. To be really honest, I feel like वहां मैं कुछ कर सकूं. मैं सोच नहीं पा रहा हूँ क्या. To be really honest, ऐसा कोई बिजनेस प्लान है नहीं मेरे पास. But I feel like यार education में we should be doing a lot more than we are actually doing, and that's somewhere I'd like to think about what I can do or what I can add there. Or in fact, being an actor, that should help me in doing it, to be really honest. तो मैं वो अगर being an actor exploit कर सका उस चीज को करने में, तो मैं जरूर करूंगा. If that's your question.
I think my view matches a lot with Saqib. Probably we can collaborate in the future regarding this.
बिल्कुल मेरे भाई, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
I'm sorry, एक last quick question पूछूं if you don't mind.
बिल्कुल पूछिए भाई.
Okay, Saqib, Ruchir, there are many writers जो कि अच्छा लिखते हैं. Probably they don't have that stage or they don't know how to, कि हम आगे कैसे आए. For acting, theater है या बहुत कुछ चीजें. So if probably Saqib कल कोई story लिखता है, keeping you in mind, or if he wants to proffer it to you, वो कैसे कर सकता है? Be it a newcomer.
email ID ले लो. मेल कर दो यार. I like to keep it simple. मेल में I read everything. मैं पढ़ूंगा और मैं ही खुद वापस आपके पास आ जाऊंगा.
Shubham, a good writer in Bombay at this point of time will sell faster than hot dog in Times Square. Okay. If you are a good writer, the third person you reach with your good script, your film will be made. Simple.
अरे lovely. This is why I love Ruchir. This is why I love it.
बहुत अच्छे answers मिले from you and from Saqib. It was lovely to
Thank you.
confabulate with you over Unpaused. And काश हम और भी बात कर पाते. Not only this, but on other things as well.
I'd love to know what you think.
Yeah.
I will definitely proffer my views. I'll watch Unpaused, and मेरे को number निकालने को कोई बहुत बड़ी deal है नहीं, but I'll definitely message you and Ruchir. I'll message you. I'll get in touch with you.
Forward to that.
And Saqib, we can collaborate on that
Done.
education thing in future. I wish you both luck.
Thank you, brother. Thank
For
you.
this and for your future endeavors. And may you rise high and high.
Yes.
Even if sky shouldn't be the limit for both of you. It was lovely having you on ETimes. Take care. Take care, Saqib. Take care, Ruchir. Thank you.